When we look at data, there are more than 60% of schools across Pakistan. And this is a phenomena in Sindh, in Balochistan, much more so in the rural areas of Sindh and Balochistan than in Punjab. But majority of the schools we find are multi-grade. But Pakistan's education system has been in a crisis for a very long time. And despite all the reform efforts, and some of them actually very sophisticated, undergoing for the past 10 years or so, we haven't seen a lot of changes in the education indicators. Many times I think that Pakistan's education sector is a target board, and we keep throwing darts at it. कोई hit हो जाता है, कोई miss हो जाता है. So we have the hits and misses that we have been dealing with. And the reason I say that is because policy making reform does not connect with the situation at the ground level. I do not fully agree with Ihtisham when he says we don't have data. I think we have lots and lots of data, but we haven't really categorized that data to use it properly. We don't have proper data analysis. When I compare the education information that comes in Punjab through the PMIU, through the MEAs, in Sindh through their real-time school monitoring system, there's a huge amount of data that tells you exactly where the school is located. It tells you exactly how many teachers are there, but we haven't sort of probably done a proper data mining or a data analysis. So we don't have our policy and reform matching what the field level situation is. We know that there are many schools that exist, and again, Abdullah said children who are in a multi-grade situation are somehow at a disadvantage. I would disagree, because they are at a disadvantage because we haven't been able to cater for them. They're not at a disadvantage just by being in a multi-grade classroom. So we have to look at what are the policy issues, and I'm so glad that this session has been conducted to look at it, to talk about it, because I'm assuming that then this will lead to some concrete field level solutions for multi-grade situations. We have more than 18 million children across Pakistan who are out of school, and not having multi-grade as a solution to address the out of school issue is not something that I think will be possible, especially because of cost efficiency issues, cost constraint issues. There are huge financial implications to moving towards a monograde situation for Pakistan, especially for communities that are very small. Although some multi-grade is just bad management and bad data usage. When I was working in Sindh in 2011, we were looking at the data, and we discovered in one of the talukas of Tharparkar district, in one small village of Wauri Dora, there were 50 multi-grade schools, literally a few feet apart from each other. And this is a situation, this is one of the extreme examples that I quote, but there are similar examples in Punjab, in KP, where you have these small schools that are co-located together, and one could sort of combine them together or consolidate them together to have a better school, a better holistic school. But unfortunately, because of bad management, we are unable to bring them together. And primary schools are not the only ones that have a multi-grade situation. In Balochistan, Sindh, I have seen middle level schools that also have a multi-grade situation. So you're also looking at grade 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, even up to the secondary level that may need to be treated in a multi-grade situation. Another anecdote that would tell you how policy and And the few years ago, during the Michael Barber roadmap era, there was an exercise that was done to make lesson plans for all teachers of Punjab. And it was assumed that if we give all teachers a lesson plan in their hand, uh, quality of learning will improve. When I was making my field visit, one of the teachers asked me, the lesson plans that you are making are for single classrooms. Am I supposed to give 24 lessons in a day? Because I have 3 classes, I have a multi-grade school, and these are individual lesson plans. So the whole policy of teacher training, learning materials does not match the field level situation. I think in Punjab, we can easily look at the data, and not be blind to the field situation. And that is what I feel that can help and improve the situation. Angela, in her presentation, very rightly pointed out that we have to look at how curriculum addresses multi-grade situation, how the teacher learning material that we are providing to teachers, and teacher training that is given to the teachers, even timetabling. If you look at a timetable in any typical school you walk in, the timetable is built around a monograde kind of a situation, assuming that there is no multi-grade. You have to develop your curriculum, your SLOs, and have to have a lens of multi-gradism in your policy making and in your reform implementation. There's a lot that has been presented in the first presentation, where we've looked at different models of multi-grade. So I think the solutions are already out there. We just need to remove that blindness that we have to our field situation, and address it in a way that it assess children. It changes the way how we train teachers, and it changes the way how we make our textbooks for the multi-grade situation. I think it's a very good solution for Pakistan, and it is a solution that we cannot do away with, considering the small remote communities that we do have. But again, like I said, there are some multi-grade situations that are just bad management. Those we need to remove, and those we need to cater for. I'll end here.